If you have two or more cells which are joined in parallel and you want to replace them with a single cell, say these are the two cells and this is connected to an external resistance R. This is the first cell which has an EMF of E1 and an internal resistance of R1. The internal resistance which every cell has, because when current flows through the material of the cell, there is a certain resistance or opposition to the flow of that current. So every cell will have an internal resistance which we will show as a series resistance connected to the cell. So similarly, the other cell has an EMF of E2 and an internal resistance of R2. Now, if you want to replace both these cells with one cell, which we'll call the equivalent cell, then we want to find out the EMF and internal resistance of this cell, which means this cell is going to be connected to the external resistance R. Now the next step is to write the current and the voltages for these two cells. We can draw two currents. Say this is I1 from the first cell and you have I2 that leaves the second cell, and the sum of these two currents, they meet at this junction. So we have a current I1 plus I2 that goes into the remaining part of the circuit. And if you look at the potential difference, you can see that the potential across both these cells is the same. So if the potential across the first cell is V, the potential across the second cell is also V. So if you just recall when we did this derivation in resistors, say you have two resistors which are connected in parallel to each other, then, and say this is some part of a remaining circuit. Now the current flowing through this resistor R1 and the current flowing through this other resistor R2, say this is I1 and this is I2. So the total current flowing through the two resistors is I1 plus I2. See, the directions of the current don't matter, whether the current is in this direction or it's in this direction, that doesn't make a difference. So the total current I in this case is I1 plus I2, and the total current I in this case is I1 plus I2. Now in case of this parallel combination of resistors, the voltage V across both the resistors is the same. Similarly, in this case, the total current, the equivalent current is I1 plus I2. Now this is our starting equation. If we want to find the equivalent EMF, we will write this using the equation V is equal to E minus IR, where E is the EMF of a cell and IR is the potential drop due to the internal resistance of the cell. In case you are not familiar with this, I suggest you go through the lesson titled EMF and terminal potential difference, where I have discussed this equation, and then you can come back to this lesson. Okay, now continuing further, the equivalent resistance, the equivalent current is I1 plus I2, and replacing it using this equation, we can write this as E equivalent minus V over the equivalent resistance is going to be E minus V over R. This is for the first cell, and this is again E minus V over R, and this is for the second cell. So you can see from this equation that we can write I as V minus E over R. E is the EMF. Okay, I'll just use this symbol for the EMF since I've used this over here for the cells. So you have E1 minus V over R1 and E2 minus V over R2, R1 and R2. If you just noticed, we've kept V same in this equation because the voltage across each cell is the same. So the equivalent voltage is also going to be the same. Now rearranging this, we can write this as E1 over R1 plus E2 over R2 Next, comparing this, we'll put this equal to this term over here. So now, and since V cancels out, so you have 1 over R equivalent is 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2, which you can also see from this equation here that we can write E equivalent by R equivalent as the sum of these two terms. So we have E equivalent by R equivalent is E1 over R1 plus E2 over R2. Now if you just look at the two terms that we've derived, one is 1 over R equivalent is 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. The other is E equivalent over R equivalent is E1 over R1 plus E2 over R2. So now this means instead of just 2 cells, if you have n cells, say 3, 4, 5 or even n cells, then you could simply write 1 over R equivalent will be 1 over R1 plus 1 over R2, and let's say that we have n cells, and E equivalent over R equivalent for those n cells would be E1 over R1 plus E2 over R2, and this carries on till En over Rn. If you want to write simply the equivalent resistance and you want to get rid of this term over here, then we could write E equivalent as, this is R equivalent times this term, so which would be E1 over R1 plus E2 over R2 times R equivalent, which is, if you have to take the reciprocal after you've taken the LCM for these two terms. This is R1 R2 and R2 plus R1, and next to find R equivalent you would take the reciprocal of this term, so you have R1 R2 over R1 plus R2. You can see that if you take the LCM you get R1 R2 over here, and this is E1 R2 plus E2 R1 times, let me just make some space over here, so I'm just erasing this part, and times R1 R2 over R1 plus R2. Now you can see that this term cancels out, so we finally have E1 R2 plus E2 R1 over R1 plus R2. So the equivalent resistance, the equivalent EMF for these two cells would be E1 R2 plus E2 R1 over R1 plus R2. It might be easier to use the equation in this form if you have more than 2 cells. Now we'll take a look at a variation in the above situation. Say we reverse the polarities of this cell, which means we connect the negative terminal over here and the positive terminal to the other side. Now in this case you can see that since current flows out of the positive terminal and into the negative terminal, the direction of the current will also be reversed. So we would have a current I2 which flows in this direction now. So you can see that at this junction we have a current I1 which flows in and I2 which flows out. So the resultant current which we get over here in this part of the circuit would be I1 minus I2. So the current here is I1 minus I2, and now our starting equation or the equivalent current is I1 minus I2. If you recall, in the previous case it was I1 plus I2. So we write a similar derivation substituting E minus V over R. So if you substitute the value for I over here, then you would finally get E equivalent over R equivalent equals E1 over R1 minus E2 over R2 and 1 over R equivalent equals 1 over R1 plus 1 over R2. Now here we have a combination of cells, some of which are in series and some of which are in parallel. For each of these rows, you can see that these cells are in series. So we are going to replace this over here with a single cell whose EMF is n times the EMF of one cell and the internal resistance is n times R, because the assumption is each cell has an internal resistance of R. And in this way you have m such rows. Now you can see that these m rows are in parallel with each other. So we will replace this E equivalent by R equivalent is E1 by R1 plus E2 by R2 and so on and so forth. So this continues. So in this case we have n times E over n times R, and you have to add this up m times since there are m rows. So this would come out to be, since this would cancel out, the n would cancel out over here. So you have m times E by R. So let us first find out R equivalent and then put the value over here to find E equivalent. To do that, you know that 1 over R equivalent is 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2, so on and so forth. Each of these rows have a resistance of NR. So you have 1 over NR, and this has to be added m times by NR. And the value of R equivalent would be, it would be the reciprocal. Plugging in this value of R equivalent, we have E equivalent equals, so you can see that the equivalent EMF is n times the EMF of a single cell. But the main advantage that we get with this combination is it has a low value for internal resistance, because R equivalent is NR by M. So it is less than if you take a single row of cells.